Okay, time to get started on doing the lunar scope then. You know what, maybe I'll go make some food first. Oh yeah, I really should look that up online first. That's probably the best thing to do before I sit down to do the lunar scope, because it'd probably be better to just clear that out of the way. No, I forgot to send that email. I can't focus. Okay, pull it together. Time to get ready. Okay, now how many times have you had that particular day where you're just feeling pulled in like 25, 30 different directions at once? And then you go, okay, well, I've got to focus and I've got to sit down and I really need to do this, or I've got to stand up and I need to do this, or whatever it is that you need to do. And you just feel like you've got to exert a greater level of self-control. Oh my goodness, I forgot to do this. I'm only kidding, right? And what happens? You exercise that greater sense of self-control over the situation. And what do you find out? You find out that everything ends up still being somewhat chaotic. And it didn't really matter that you exerted that higher level of control over a situation. And what can you do at those particular times? Well, you can tend to get, really upset and ticked off at what's going on with the chaos that you're facing. Or you can just decide to kind of ride your way through it and see what sort of creative input it may have to offer you. Now, today I suggest that you adhere to the concept of being more patient and waiting a situation out, rather than letting it freak you out, right? And, the temptation is going to be that you're going to try to exert a greater level of self-control over the situation, or I should say a greater level of control over the situation, rather than exerting a greater level of self-control. And see, I just had one of those moments too. Maybe it's happening a little bit early. So what exactly is going on? Well, today the moon is in the final portion of the sign of Aquarius, and it's transiting its way through Shatabhisha nakshatra. And Shatabhisha nakshatra is a dharma-driven nakshatra, and it's wanting to do the right thing, whatever that right thing may be related to, because we're all having different circumstances going on in our life, and different things are meaning different things to us, right? And so at one moment we're going, well, the right thing for me to do is to, well, like I was doing at the onset of this video, to sit down and do the lunar scope. Or the right thing might be for me to call this person. Or the right thing might be for me to pay my bills. Or the right thing might even be something bigger for you, to change your life or to get rid of something, right? And you may feel that today is the day to do all of those things, and it is the day to really do something right. And that's something that's right that you should do, is to just be patient with the energy of the day. Because the more you try to exert a level of self-control over, or I should say, there I go again, see, I'm having it too. The more you try to exert a level of control over a situation, rather than exerting a level of self-control over yourself. There we go, we got it right. Then the worse it gets, right? Now, Shatabhisha energy is very elusive in general. It's associated with a particular Vedic deity that's called Varuna. And Varuna is all about universal law. But universal law is much different than man-made laws, just as what the universe wants us to do in a particular situation is quite different quite often than what we feel we should be doing in a particular situation. And because there's that split and we have a lack of understanding of what the universe wants us to do, well, then sometimes things become a little bit chaotic. But that sense of chaos that we're looking at, well, that's actually something that's quite normal, right? It's just we see it as chaos because we're chaotic inside of ourselves. But if we listen to the impulses or look for the signs and signals that are being offered to us, well, then we stand a chance of actually gaining knowledge, picking up on the wisdom that the universe is asking us to pick up on. And then we can do what is right in that particular situation. Not necessarily what we want to do. Because also with Shatabhisha nakshatra, there is a certain level of doing what's right, but maybe not necessarily being happy with doing what's right. Because Quite often we have one set of ideas and one set of ideals, as I was saying earlier, but the universe wants something else from us. So first must come the acceptance. But if you're willing to integrate that level of acceptance in terms of what the universe is asking you today, well, you're going to find that a seemingly chaotic situation, well, all of a sudden becomes less chaotic. What is contributing to this energy today? Well, also, it's the 13th day of the bright half of the moon. It's Shukla Trayadashi today. And with this particular energy, there's a desire that's building inside of you. And that desire is prompting you to try to control the situation. But the more you try to control that situation, the more out of bounds it becomes and the more slippery it becomes. And that's just natural with the day's energy. The solar lunar yoga today is Sula. Sula means spike. With this energy, really, you should be firm. And part of you is feeling like you're going to be firm. You're going to be firm and go, I'm going to do this and I'm going to achieve what I'm wanting to achieve regardless of what curveballs are being thrown my way. And on one level, that might be the right energy, right? But you're not going to have the level of success that you want with it today. What is the right approach? Well, the thing that you really need to cling to today is a patient mind, an open heart, an open mind, and an ability to just be calm, whatever the circumstances are that you face. Sound like a Herculean task? Well, certainly you know that you can do it. It's just that you have to be aware of what is happening. And what is happening is that the day is rather slippery, but it has a lot of gifts to offer you. But in order to tune into those gifts, in order to understand them more deeply, you have to first be able to let go of what it is you think should happen and instead be open to what is meant to happen. Now, if your life just seems like one really long stream of events like that, well, gee, then there's something wrong. And I know because I get in that space quite often, and it feels at those particular moments like my life is a stream of events like that, and there's something wrong. And those particular times, what do? Well, I try to sort it all out, right? What helps me sort it all out? Well, astrology helps me to sort it all out. And if you could use a little bit of extra assistance dealing with a tricky set of circumstances, I should mention that I do offer several different types of astrological service, or I should say several tiers of astrological service that are available through my astrological services page, which is linked through the link in the bottom left-hand corner of this video. That's going to do it for your Vedic Lunar Scope for today, the 25th of September, 2015. Until next time, please take the very best care of yourself. Bye now.